because there's so many of us out there I know that are parents. And I know what you're thinking. Does parenting improve your health or does it make it more challenging? Because I'm going to be honest, having 6 kids is not only busy, like Crystal RN wrote on that review, but it is stressful. It can be very stressful. And stress, as we know, is not necessarily an awesome thing. It can be deleterious. It can be harmful potentially to our health. And so on today's podcast, in honor of parents, both mothers who we celebrated last month, and then this weekend, our fathers celebrating Father's Day on Sunday in just 2 days, I wanted to do a little parenting podcast, not how to parent, but does parenting help your health or does it harm it? And I got some good news for you because all those parents out there, I know many of you are listening, and please share this episode with a parent that you know, a family member, a friend, a relative, a work colleague, because parenting is tough. And when you look into the data, there's actually some really fun data, not just about fatherhood, which I'm celebrating with all of you this weekend, but also motherhood. Most of these benefits that I'm going to share with you are available to mothers and fathers. And so, first of all, I wanted to share with you a study that, let's just take a look here. I got a few I want to share this week, and this one applies to both mothers and fathers. It's from the American Psychiatric Association, the APA, and it's entitled Well-Being in Parenting. And it's pretty cool because this was in 2019, and it's got a couple of authors, and they talk about how parenting, having kids, is transformative, right? It encompasses a lot. And trust me, I know I have 6 kids and we've had many challenges. My young daughter has type 1 diabetes. I have some other kids with challenges. I have a son who had a major stroke and seizure disorder and some learning issues, and he's still having challenges with brain health things, and it's been a lot, and I would still do it again. Having the 6 kids, I refer to them as my 6 blessings. You know, it's that story where you're going to the grocery store and you're dragging all your kids in tow. Some of them are in the cart, on the cart, riding on the cart, or maybe there's another kid that's a little older that's pushing a second cart. Like today at Costco, we push a couple of carts because it takes a lot to feed 6 kids and 8 mouths, if you will, because I'm a big eater. Brooke will tell you, my wife, that I love to eat, always have. And one of my favorite things to do in life is to eat. And so we have a lot of kids in tow when we go shopping. And sometimes people look at us and they're like, are those all your kids? Like, all of them? Absolutely, all 6 of them. And they are my 6 biggest blessings in my life. So I love being a parent. It is not without challenge, but this article, super fun. It's called Well-Being in Parenting. And it talks about a lot of positive benefits, including one of my favorite hormones. You guys have heard of oxytocin. This is kind of it used to be referred to as the cuddling hormone, but it is basically the anti-stress hormone. And this hormone is primarily released when you're doing things with people you care about, like a mom or a dad spending time with their children. Especially, I love one-on-one time. I have 6 kids, and so it's a little challenging to always spend time one-on-one. Often I do things together, like today I went surfing. I'm in my birthday today, so I went surfing twice because I just love to surf. And I went surfing twice with my boys because I love to spend time with them, to connect with them, to watch them, enjoying one of my favorite things, one of my favorite passions. I think you guys know this, but I'm planning to be the first surfer. You're just going to hear it here. The first surfer to continue to surf to 100 years old. It's never been done before. Now that you've heard it, I want you to hold me accountable because that's one of the things that I have as a life mission, a life goal, is to be that first surfer to continue to surf to 100 years old. Never been done before. We have walkers, runners, tennis players, skiers, many other sports, but never has there been a surfer, regular stand-up surfing, not the bodyboarding or just playing in the water, swimming, although those are awesome as well. If you can get in the water, like that gal in New Zealand who's in her 90s, she's like bodyboarding and it's cold water. Like, my hat goes off to her. She is crushing it. She is crushing it, getting in that cold water each and every day, on that bodyboard or surfboard thing that she's doing in her 90s. That is incredible, increíble, as I love to say in Espanol. It's one of my favorite things. And I'm planning to do that to 100 and beyond. And my kids keep me enjoying that. And so when you spend time with those you care about, like your children, it has many positive benefits, one of which is the release of this anti-stress hormone. Basically, all the things that stress does to you, tightens up those blood vessels, raises the blood pressure, increases the cortisol, all of that stuff. Well, oxytocin does the opposite. It basically relaxes not only the blood vessels and the blood pressure drops, but it exudes positive emotion. My favorite new vitamin that I've been sharing for the last couple of years, vitamin C, not ascorbic acid, vitamin C for connection. I like to refer to that vitamin C as connection. And that is one of my favorite things to do, is connect with other people, whether it be my own family, my wife, my kids, you guys, when we get to meet in person. I do a couple of events each year. My wife and I do this amazing, amazing Align event each and every January. I got to meet many of you this year and the previous years, where I'm usually one of the speakers on that amazing couple-day event. And I love to connect with you both in person, on Zoom, I have a special group called the Thrive Community, where we are basically learning, loving, sharing with one another, becoming accountability partners on how we can improve, optimize our health and our life, and thrive, not just simply survive life. Because I was just barely surviving for many decades, and now I am thriving. I am in my 6th decade of life, and I feel like a teenager. I have all the energy that I had as a teenager. I would say maybe even more, because I could surf 3 times a day, 4 times a day. My kids are like, man, even though we're out of school, and I think 2 is enough, right? Sometimes we will go 3 times in a day, because we just love, love, love to surf. We love to get out there, move our bodies. And if I have a day off and I'm not working, I'll do 3 times a day, no problem. Or I'll surf 8 hours. I was on a trip, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and we put in like a 4-hour surf session, like 4 hours straight in cold water. It was in California, no less. All the Californians out there, you can vouch for me. The water is not warm. We had on 4 mil wetsuits, no booties, no hoods, because I just kind of like to feel that cold water. But we literally surfed for 4 hours in pretty cold California water, and my kids were loving it. Anyway, I digress. But oxytocin is that happy hormone, and it is the anti-stress hormone, and it is available through connection with family, with your children, even with your favorite canine or feline friend, your pet. You can increase oxytocin. So this is a cool article. I won't go into all of the things that are shared, but from the APA, Well-Being and Parenting from 2019, Nelson Coffey, amazing author, just shares so much cool information. I just want to share kind of the conclusion. It says, here we go. Moreover, beliefs about parenting and patterns of child rearing have changed drastically over time. And accordingly, it's discussed and the benefits of well-being in parenting, and considering the central issues and understanding between parenting and well-being. And there's a lot of methodological things that a lot of the research is shared, but the bottom line was that it can be quite beneficial. Well-being is increased through parenting. And one of the ways is through that happy hormone, or the anti-stress hormone, oxytocin. Here's another that I wanted to share. It's called Engaged Fatherhood. Actually, the article itself is called The Impact of Fatherhood on Men's Health and Development. And it's 2021, September 8th. And Engaged Fatherhood, it's from the journal entitled Engaged Fatherhood. And it was cool, because I think when they initially went out to write this, they didn't really think or anticipate all the benefits that they were going to see in fatherhood. And this was really cool, because it talks about from the point of when the baby is young, and then growing, and then older, to where you can play with the baby, interact, like all of the things you go through as a parent. And they use this this article to share a lot of different positive benefits. And what they found is that the more actively engaged fathers had improved outcomes, both with respect to their health. Also, the kids had improved outcomes. The kids were healthier when the parents were healthier. This was really cool. And so fatherhood, in their humble opinion, was not only healthy, but also helped their children. Their children became healthy. If they were healthy and if they were a more engaged parent, their children were also more well adapted. Like, duh, big surprise, right? You connect with your kids, they're going to be better able to connect with others, and they'll be able to have the tools to be able to succeed in life. And so this was kind of a fun article, The Impact of Fatherhood on Men's Health and Development, September 8th of 2021, and really just shared a lot of the positive benefits of having children and the benefits not only to the father and the positive well-being and scoring higher on many indices of happiness. They were felt to be not only more happy and having joy, but also to have more of a life purpose and to feel more comfortable in their own skin, actually. And so it was a really fun article. I wanted to share that in the journal Engaged Fatherhood for Men. There's another one I wanted to share, which equally talks about the benefits of parenthood, mothers and fathers, and the addition of gratitude practices for them and how that can improve well-being and family functioning. The article comes also from the APA, also from Dr. Coffey, who wrote one of the other articles. This was in 2024, and it's entitled Gratitude Improves Parents' Well-Being and Family Functioning. So I love that. I'm just going to read the first line. I thought it was interesting. It says, parents are inundated with suggestions to improve their relationship with their children and promote child development, but improving caregiver, them, right? The caregiver's well-being is often overlooked, despite being considered one of the most important methods to promote healthy child development. So we got to think about us, the parents, because, like they say on the airplane, put your oxygen mask on first and then help your kids, help the folks next to you, behind you, what have you. But you need to take care of you first so you can be able to care for others. And that is also applicable to being a parent. And one of the ways they found, Dr. Coffey, Coffey, is through having a gratitude practice. And this can be so darn simple right here. In fact, I was journaling here not long ago. Every day I try to do 3 wins. Super simple practice. I even did a podcast that I kind of went into the science of this, and so simple, takes 5 minutes or less, maybe 3 minutes, one minute for each win, or maybe even less than that, maybe 2 minutes if you can write your wins down quickly each day, kind of focus on that and sort of predict what your wins will be for tomorrow or the things you really want to do. This has been a game changer for me. And just having the simple practice of a gratitude journal improves well-being in men and women, both mothers and fathers. And also, I would submit that if you do this as a family, it's super, super fun. Like, we do it not every night, but a lot of nights. We'll go around the table, we'll take a couple of minutes, and we'll have the kids say 1 win, maybe 2, maybe 3. Usually 3. We like 3 is kind of the magic number, I feel like. 3, I don't know. It's just one of those numbers where it's just the right amount, not too little, not too much. But we go around the table, share 3 wins from the day, and it's one of my favorite things to do. And so if you're not doing some kind of gratitude practice, I would encourage that. It's powerful. Really has been life-changing for me. Another article I wanted to share with you, well, actually, this one's from the journal Psychoneuroendocrinology, from Catherine Nelson, Coffey et al. And this one I thought was kind of fun. It's entitled Kindness in the Blood. Kindness in the Blood, a randomized controlled trial of the gene regulatory impact of prosocial behavior. So this was really interesting because they looked at this sort of, I would say, a marker, if you will, the leukocyte gene expression profile. It's called ctRNA. You don't have to remember that, but they looked at a profile in the blood and how it's sort of one of these indicators of inflammation or stress. And they found that when parents are positively social with their children, it reduced this kind of inflammatory cascade that's triggered with a lot of negative things, whether it be stress or other inflammatory things in our life, be it our diet or the people we're around or things like that. But when we have positive relationships, especially with our kids and with our own family members, that down regulates this negative process, which causes inflammation. So I thought this was really cool. They looked at 159 adults for 4 weeks. And they had one group doing these pro-social behaviors, positive behaviors with their kids, and the other group was not. And they had significant changes positively in the group that was doing these pro-social behaviors. So it was really cool. It was from 2017, psychoneuroendocrinology, showing the positive benefits of having healthy behaviors with your kids, with your family. Really, really cool. Kindness in the blood. In other words, they found that we were able to see the markers of this pathway of inflammation decrease when you have positive relationships happening, whether it be in your own family, with your kids, with your spouse, with your partner, maybe with your BFF, what have you. Really cool stuff happens with hormonal cascades, with the oxytocin that we talked about earlier, with decreasing inflammation, like this pathway, which I just shared. It's just so much fun. And I just wanted you to know that even though being a parent is challenging, it can be really, really hard. In fact, I've been a little bit absent from social media the last month because it's been a challenging month. We did a lot of travel, all 6 kids in tow. We literally were homeless. And I just mean that, meaning we were on the road for 4 weeks straight. And we bounced all over the country. We were on the East Coast, we're on the West Coast, actually went down south, and then back in Hawaii now. We crossed 6 different time zones. I don't remember how many flights, maybe a couple dozen flights, and all these time zones, all with our 6 kids in tow over a 4-week period. And a lot of stuff going on. We had a lot of medical appointments with one of our kids that spanned a whole week of time, like daily medical appointments, therapies, scans, a bunch of things. And it was, I'm going to be honest, it was a little stressful. And I can tell you that being displaced and not having your standard home environment can be challenging. But what sort of was our North Star is that we were together as a family. We got to share each day together. We got to eat together, spend time together. And for me, that is sort of the backbone. That's what keeps me smiling and being positive, is being able to give my kids a hug and to help support them and encourage them, even though they're having some struggles right now with a couple of things. And we've been able to be together and come together as a family. And as I just shared with you in 3 or 4 articles, this can be a very positive thing. Being a parent, a mother or a father, hey, fathers, we are celebrating you. Father's Day this weekend. Like, thank you for being a part of this amazing relationship called a family, and being that awesome person that you are and role model that you want to be for your kids, because it matters. It matters not only to you and your health, but it matters for them, because if you get yourself healthy and they see that, and they see the emphasis, they see the importance that you're putting on your own personal health through daily movement, through eating a healthy diet, real foods diet, right? The simple real foods diet I love to talk about. So simple. Just avoid those 3 things we always love to talk about. The sugar, right? You avoid all those processed sugars, you avoid the highly processed grains and flours, and then you avoid the seed oils, all of those inflammatory industrial oils, soybean oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, canola oil, anything that comes from a seed of any kind. They have to squeeze the heck out of it, press high pressure, high heat. Then they got to bleach it, deodorize it. Like, no good. Use the natural, simple oils like that you can do squish, like avocado oil, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, my favorite now that I'm back home and have that name. Those are the oils we should be using in our foods, and doing these simple daily practices of movement, of gratitude, of breath work, whatever those practices are that help keep you steady and pushing forward in your life. Keep doing them. Reach out to me. Share with me what you're doing, what you're loving. Share with me an experience that you've had as a parent that's been positive, that's helped you get healthy, be healthy, stay healthy, that's helped them. I would love to hear about it. You can message me over there on Instagram, Dr. Thomas Hemingway. You can email me, alohasurfdoc@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you, love to hear about your experiences being a parent. The positive ones especially are beneficial, or challenges that you've been able to go through. And when you get yourself healthy, the kids will follow. The kids will follow. It's been shown, actually. I didn't share it, but there was a study out of Brigham Young University that showed that when the parents get healthy, the kids will follow. And it actually improves longevity, not only in the parent, but in the kids too. Really cool stuff. They are watching. They are watching. They can see what we do. That's the most powerful example I can share. In my own family, the kids are watching, and what I do is so important because they want to follow, whether it be good or bad or in between. Like I see, I'm far from perfect, and I can see some of my not so awesome behaviors in my kids occasionally, and it's like, oh my gosh, did I know where they're getting that, and then a lot of real good behaviors as well. And so just keep your head up, keep moving forward, and just keep crushing it, crushing life. If you need a little extra help with that, you want to join the Thrive community or be a part of my upcoming concierge medical practice or upcoming programs that are coming out this summer, please be following along on my website, thomashemingway.com, or message me on Instagram, drthomashemingway. Would love for you to be a part of that. And until next time, enjoy this weekend, fathers, especially. I celebrate you. Keep crushing it. Keep being that example to your kids. I promise. Put your health first. Take charge of your health. The kids will notice. They will take notice. It'll improve their health as well. Enjoy this time. Enjoy this weekend. Enjoy this day. Mothers, you are crushing it. You're rocking. You're amazing. What you do is so critical. I mean, there is no more important role model than that of a mother. You guys are just gratitude. So mothers, fathers out there, you guys are crushing it. Keep crushing it. And thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for being a part of the movement. Thank you for being here on the Unshakable Health Show with yours truly, Dr. Thomas Hemingway. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Feel free to share this episode to anybody you know that may benefit, any parents that you know. I would appreciate that in advance. So make sure to drop a review to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, or drop a review to my book on Amazon, Preventable, and you may be one of those 5 lucky people to get a free copy of my book, Preventable. That'll be happening over the next couple of weeks. And thank you in advance. Loving each and every one of you. You are the reason. You're the reason I'm here, and I'm still doing it. Even on this birthday, entering my 6th decade of life, I am with you, podcasting, sharing, and that's what makes me smile. So until next time, aloha. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. These podcasts take hours of research, and taking just 2 seconds of your life to hit the like, subscribe, and share button will help a ton and get this word out to help more and more people. Thanks in advance. Mahalo and aloha.